Hey everybody, Vaughn here with the Vonster blog, and welcome to day 166 of a year of yoga. We are using 2 to 4 blocks, depending on what you have, as props today, and we're going to continue building on the same sequence we've been working on for a minute. It feels like about a week and a half, maybe. So let's go ahead and find ourselves in the center of our mat, just getting everything lined up. Any adjusting of our clothes that we need to do, any fiddling with our hair or glasses or things like that till we get to a nice, comfortable space. Thank you guys so much for joining me here again today. If it's your first time chiming in, let me know that in the comments. If it's your 166th time chiming in, tuning in, let me know down in the comments below as well. I do love hearing from you guys. And let's just start by inhaling, arms up overhead, and exhaling. And dance with your hands. So as we inhale up, it's almost like we had jellyfish hands. Moving slow motion through time and space, just undulating and having fun. Very good, you guys. One more. Inhale, and this time as we're up, let's interlace our fingers and press our palms towards the sky. And we can even nod our head up and down to make sure we don't have any tension there, and nuts actually come up onto our toes. And it's okay if you're wobbling a little bit, finding your balance. When we're deep inhale and on our next exhale, release our fingers and come on down. And continue our breathing with the pulsing of our knees and ankles, a little bend there. As we inhale, we can come up onto our toes. And then exhale, back down. Now on our next inhale up, let's interlace our fingers into pew-pew hands. And exhale over to the right, grounding down through our left foot. Inhaling back up, shifting our weight over into the right foot, and exhaling, leaning left. Inhaling back up to center. Let's come up onto our toes. And exhale down. Now from here, we are going to put our feet nice and wide, test squat, making sure that our knees are traveling over the center line of our foot. And let's inhale up and exhale down into goddess pose. I'm actually going to be bringing my feet a good bit wider. We'll inhale up, plugging our fingertips into the sky, really engaging our core and our glutes. And down. Just moving with our breath. Making sure that we're protecting our knees by traveling over the center line of our foot. We don't want to be too far in or too far out, and you don't have to come in as deep. I like going as deep as I can as we bring our elbows down like we're pulling the sky down on us. 2 more. And let's hold here. You can move your hands around if you like. Ooh, and coming up. There we go. Let's inhale, arms overhead. Ooh, exhale. I don't know why I'm yawning, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes if I don't breathe enough, I'll get super yawny during yoga. Let's press our arms down as though if we had like a ledge on either side of us, we were trying to push ourselves up with just our arms very engaged. And relax down. From here, I'm going to be turning my left foot parallel to the left edge of our mat. I'm going to turn my right foot pointing to the right edge of our mat. Just taking a moment here to connect with and catch up with my breath. Checking my heart rate, like I feel like I'm freaking dying. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling. On our next inhale, let's reach forward. And hinging, let's bring our hands down to either a block or the ground, wherever we find ourselves today. In an extended triangle pose. We could be looking at our hand down on the ground, looking at the wall in front of us, or looking up at our raised hand towards the sky. Last breath here. And as we exhale, come on around into our pyramid pose. And looking forward really helps me to get a much deeper stretch into my hamstring here. It keeps my core engaged, my spine straight. And from here, I'm actually going to shift my front foot over just a little bit. And I'm going to come into a runner's lunge, maybe. Lowering that back knee, untucking our left toes. Coming up, let's inhale and exhale into low crescent lunge. Really focusing on that hip flexor. And maybe even adding in a little bit of a back bend if we like it. Inhaling, coming up and forward. I'm going to place both of my hands on the left side of my mat. And I'm going to roll up onto my right leg, pointing my left toes towards the sky. And we could use a block here to raise our upper body and to even practice being balanced here without the assistance of our hands. I'm going to walk myself into a wide-legged forward fold, decompressing my spine. From here, I'm going to walk my feet in just a little closer to each other before coming down into a nice, deep garland pose. We can inhale our arms overhead and maintain that integrity of posture as we come in to rest. And I'm going to put my elbows against my inner thighs and bring my hands together, pressing my knees just a little wider apart. Inhaling, bringing my arms back overhead. Exhaling, pressing palms into the earth, pushing up through my legs into another forward fold. Slightly narrower footed this time. And from here, I'm actually going to step my feet out, pretty wide again. And I'm going to shift my weight over to my left foot, pointing my right toes at the sky. And again, we can use blocks to raise ourselves up or practice without the assistance of our hands. This can be quite challenging for your balance, and that's okay. And from here, we will rotate, coming up onto those back toes, hands to the earth. Let's drop that back knee, untuck our right toes. Inhaling and exhale, low crescent lunge. Inhaling, folding back forward. Let's lift back up onto our back foot and position it. I'm going to use my blocks to bring the earth up to me into our pyramid pose. Traveling my spine over our left leg. Looking up and forward to help straighten my spine and get deep into that hamstring. Do not forget to breathe here. I'm going to shift my left hand onto the block and leading with my right elbow up to the sky. We can look at towards the ground, towards our left hand, towards the wall in front of us, or towards the sky. Ooh, I get little cramps on my ribs, but it's all right. Searching always for that ease and depth of breath. And I'm going to bend my front knee, cartwheel arms up and out of it, bringing my feet back together. Let's roll those shoulders up and back, then forward. Stepping my feet back together. I'm actually going to lead with my thumbs towards the wall behind me. Inhaling and exhaling, right arm over left. Going to get a nice deep stretch through my upper back. Inhaling, thumbs towards the wall. And exhale, flip your hands back over. Left arm over right, pulling into that deep shoulder blade. Deltoid. I feel this from my pinky to my spine, all along that back edge of my arm. It can be helpful if you want to look in one direction, like looking to the left. Inhale, exhale, look off to the right. And inhale, relax your arms by your sides. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 1, and exhale for 8. I like to make just a little bit of a humming hiss in my throat. It's almost like the way a seashell makes the noise of the ocean when you put your ear against it. And you can even, if you find it making a little bit of a hum, that's okay. Just let it be what it's going to be. It's okay to take up space. It's okay to make noise. It's okay to be a chaotic creative force of the universe. Like, that's okay too. So embrace the chaos, embrace the mess, and just keep on keeping on. You can feel free to continue your breathing exercises, possibly with some visualization of being a seed or glowing or being on a boat in rocking waters or whatever you want to manifest, whether it's peace or growth or contentment or gratitude, or maybe uh, sometimes with my breathing exercises, I'll visualize dusting or sweeping as kind of a way of, if it's been like just a bad mood kind of day or a particularly rough week, just sometimes you got to clean house physically and mentally. Thank you guys so much for joining me here again for a year of yoga. I will see y'all tomorrow. And until then, y'all keep on keeping on. Mwah. Bye.